The silence. Between them, a story of lost Timothy. And Sarah found each other amidst the ordinary chaos of life. A missed connection at a bookstore, a shared laugh over a silly movie, a bond that grew effortlessly from casual dates into an inseparable companionship. Timothy loved Sarah's bright, easy laughter, and the way she could find beauty in the most mundane moments. Sarah adored Timothy's quiet strength and the deep, steady devotion in his eyes. Their wedding day was a sunlit blur of promises and hope. The foundation of a future they felt was absolutely certain. Their joy culminated in the arrival of Leo. A boy with his father's steady gaze and his mother's boundless energy, Leo became their universe. Timothy, once concerned only with his career, now found his greatest pleasure in building train tracks on the living room rug and reading bedtime stories. The three of them were a perfect, self-contained world, held together by a love so strong it seemed nothing could break it. Then came the night the world cracked open. It was a cold, slick evening. Timothy had spent the afternoon celebrating a promotion, the victory fueled by too many rounds. Despite Sarah's frantic texts urging him to take a taxi, Timothy convinced himself he was fine. He strapped 3-year-old Leo into his car seat in the back. Just a quick 20-minute drive home, he thought, the alcohol dulling his judgment into a reckless confidence. The details that followed were always fragmented, haunted by flashing lights and sirens. Timothy swerved, misjudged a corner, and crashed into a concrete divider. Timothy walked away with broken bones and permanent scars on his face. Leo did not. The silence that fell over their house afterward was the cruelest sound. Timothy lived every day in a prison of self-loathing, the architect of his own destruction and the executioner of his son. He would often find Sarah sitting by Leo's empty room, her face pale, her hands clasped tightly as if holding onto a fragile memory. He tried to reach her, offering remorse, comfort, and silent solidarity. But grief had built an invisible, insurmountable wall between them. For 2 more years they lived under the same roof, 2 ghosts sharing a tragedy. They spoke only in hushed, necessary tones about bills, chores, and schedules. They had lost the language of love and hope. Timothy saw his punishment reflected in Sarah's eyes every time she looked at him. A look devoid of malice, but utterly barren of forgiveness. She didn't blame him with words. She simply couldn't unsee the moment his mistake stole her child. Finally, Sarah spoke the truth that had been gathering dust in the corners of their lives. "I can't do this, Timothy," she said one wet afternoon, her voice flat. "The love is still there, maybe, but I can't look at you and not see that night. I can't be your wife and Leo's mother at the same time." The separation was quiet and mutual. There were no shouts, only the crushing weight of reality. Timothy had taken his sentence of guilt. Sarah had taken her sentence of solitude. As he drove away from the house they had built together, Timothy knew his life would forever be split into 2 parts. The joyful life he destroyed, and the long, silent penance of the life that remained. They were finally separated, not by distance, but by a chasm of grief that only one of them had caused, and only one of them could never truly climb out of.